So today I want to talk to you guys about how to do hand catching and hand launching. So let's talk about when you would actually use this technique. If you're someplace where you've got a lot of ground and it's not dusty or rocky, that's a good place to launch from, especially in windy conditions. However, if you're out in the field or if you're out somewhere where there's a lot of dirt and dust that gets blown up by your propellers and you don't want to get them in the rotors, the best thing to do then is try to do hand catching. Now, you can also get yourself a temporary mat. You can buy them, or else what I've suggested is if you just get the bottom of a floor mat from an old floor mat out of your car, you can use that as a stationary mat. The nice thing about that is the weight level of that is heavy enough that even on most winds, it's not going to get blown around too much. So let's talk about launching and catching. Well, so we'll start off with the launching. So I'm just going to talk about it first and I'll just do a couple demos. With the launching, some people will do it open palm like that. There's nothing wrong with just grabbing here like that. And that's how I also catch when it comes time. A nice thing to do is you pull down your two handles and then you just do kind of an up, down, up motion. That just kind of lets the GPS and everything know that, hey, it's in motion, and it'll actually stay where it's at once you let go. When it comes for landing, important thing to do is bring it in backwards so that the controllers on your controller are going to go left and right the way you think it is. Bring it in backwards, get it down to about this level here. Now what most people will do is they'll hold their hand out and try and bring this down. Very dangerous in windy conditions. So what you want to do is make sure that you grab it right away. So the way to do that, and I'm just going to demonstrate with my other hand, but if it's sitting right here, bring your hand from the side. If you try to bring it up from the front and you do it slowly, the sensors are going to notice it and try and run away from you. What you want to do is come up from the side and grab. Okay? It's still a committed, do it quickly, don't take your time, but it gives you a little more control because you're coming sideways. And then what you're going to do, try and do it this way, grab it and then take your drone and flip it upside down. The moment you flip it upside down, the drone's going to go, wait, something's totally wrong, and it cuts the engines off completely. A quick point to keep in mind when you're doing this is the wind. If you're trying to grab the drone from here and the wind's coming towards me, there's a chance that this thing's going to fly in my face. So always make sure you are upwind. So if the wind does catch it, it's going to go away from you, not towards you. So let's take a look at how this is actually going to work. We're going to start off by launching. So on your controller, you're going to pull with both of these toggles down and inside. That'll start the engines. What you need to do normally is then take it and have it lift off, because when it's just sitting there after that, it's just going to be idling. Instead though, I'm just going to take it and move my hand up and down like this, and that's going to cause it to do its own thing. So watch this. See, now it's just sitting there, but if I go up and down, and now it's going to run on its own. I got some wind coming, so I better make sure. So let's look at catching it now. Here it is down there. If I try and come up here, see how it goes up? What we want to do instead though is go and grab it. Now I have to be careful because I'm filming for the sun, but the wind's actually kind of coming behind me. Well, watch what happens when I move sideways. I grab it, flip it upside down. You notice how the engine's kind of prompt up there? Because it's fighting me. So when I go to grab it, you want to flip it as fast as you can. And that's one of the easiest ways of doing hand catching.